Hello, am I live? I should be live. The hell, okay. Am I? I'm not sure if I'm live. Alright, I seem to be live. Um, okay, just give me a second. I'll just. Oh, hello, Banga. Great, you could join. I'll just send this link on the JNI game server. So just give me a second while I do that. And till then, you can enjoy the fantastic loading screens. Yeah, that's fine. It'll be available in video form. Okay, just give me a second. Alright. So, in case you were not there last time, I did not do much. I just started creating the map. And also, I hope you can all hear me because I know I was having a lot of audio trouble last time. So, can you hear me? Just a second. I'll just open up chat. Can't be here. Alright, goodbye, Obanga. Is anyone else here? If you are, could you please tell me if I'm live? Chat. Okay, I think I should be audible. So I'll just do a quick recap of what all we did last time. We started creating the fortress which will be defended. And I had some soldiers employed to defend it. I also started with the advisors. This is the player you can see here, and this is the first of advisor who will deploy troops for you. His name is Officer Otto von Tobias. He's a very skilled man, and he'll be mostly involved in sending out assault troopers rather than defenders and the like. So, no one's here right now, but that's fine. So I'll just start scripting him in a bit more. So I'll just start setting up his dialogue. So currently there are only two options he has, and I want to change the second one because I don't want him to reinforce the walls. I want that to be a separate advisor. So instead I will delete this and say I want musketmen to charge the enemy ranks. So that can be his second option. The first one is cavalry if you did not watch the last stream. So I'll just quickly copy this because I need to use it for the script. So Control C and save his dialogue and exit. Then I can go to this crate which is a script holder. And then this is the second one, and I want to replace this text with the new one. Alright. So this is the rifleman we have. So instead of having him set his target, we can have him charge out. So we can have him spawn somewhere. Maybe we'll have him spawn inside the wall so that he can have a bit of a protection period, so that he doesn't get gunned down by the enemy immediately. So we can have one guy spawn here. Copy this. So I'll just add some more variation to them because otherwise they look very samey. So I'll take this guy's hat off and give him hair. Hair 2. I don't think hair 2 looks very realistic for a soldier. It looks much too unkempt. I'm sorry to people who like hair 2. Hair 3 looks more reasonable, but I think hair 6 is the most realistic. Should we make... Let's make it dark brown, and I'll favorite this color. And we want to give him a mustache. I think we can give him a bandana instead of mustache. And since he is of the purple guys, I can give him a... No, I think black fits here. I think the black works. And so so I'll have him be this guy, and then I can have him spawn in a slightly different place. We don't want them all to be stacking on top of each other. Then I'll have 4 guys spawn in. There. So I need to add some amount of variation to all of them. So this fellow, for example, can have glasses. and yeah, glass is fine. Then this fellow over here can have a beard. Let's give him the big beard 4. And should we give him a mustache? I don't think he needs a mustache, and let's give him a grey beard. Yeah, that's good. We should have them all spawning around this area. So we'll have this guy over here, and no one seems to be in chat right now, so I'm just talking to myself, which is fine. Hopefully people will be able to watch it later on in video form. So I need to move this up a little bit, and nothing else, I think. Alright, so let's just test this out and make sure it's all working fine, because we don't, and then we can get to adding some more options for Mr. Otto Want to buy us over here. Hello my good man, Officer Otto Want to buy us. Hello General, is there anything you need? Yes indeed. Alright sir, I have infantry divisions ready. What do you need? I want a cavalry unit to charge out the front gate. And you can see over there, cavalry have spawned in. There were no horses over there earlier. And now, if I talk to him again, yes, I want musketmen to charge the enemy ranks. And then if I go down here and I check inside this wall, I should be able to see that there's an officer patrolling. And as you can see, 4 guys have spawned in. Are they able? I'll have to check if they're able to maneuver around the Gatling gun. Yeah, so that's working. I'll just have to check the navigation data once to make sure they're actually able to traverse the entire inner fortress. And it looks like someone is in chat. If you could say hello, that would be really nice. But if you don't, it's fine. And they can walk through the Gatling gun, that's fine. Alright. Hello Amazed. Welcome to the stream. I am doing some scripting for Mr. Otto Want to buy us over here. Currently I have 2 options for him. I have a cavalry unit and musketmen. And I think I can add a third. I don't know what I could add. I want heavy. No. What would this guy do? What would an infantry guy do? He's supposed to be an assaulter more than an assaulter. He's supposed to be more charging out and all that. But I've already done cavalry and muskets. So any ideas? Heavy infantry, maybe more cavalry. I don't know if more cavalry would be that good. I'm not sure. So while chat thinks of ideas, I'll start thinking of more plans. So one of the ideas I have for this map is having these little watchtowers out in the open. So while the watchtowers are still active, heavy infantry. Okay, I'll add that. So the watchtowers, while they're still active, as in when there's still people in them, they'll give information about the enemy ranks, and when they fall, you'll get a little message like, oh, watchtower 1 has fallen. Heavy infantry grenadiers. Do you have any idea how grenadiers would work? Because I'm not sure how they would. Like, I don't know how to make units throw grenades and the like. But I'll add the heavy infantry. I want heavy infantry to smite the enemy. I'll just copy this for the script and save the graph and go over here. The script containers over here. Otto Want to buy us. So what I need to do is let me quickly add a string to contain the answer so that I don't have to go back and copy it. Just quickly copy this, copy this, copy this, Come on, select. Alright. Control C. And we'll add this down here to make them. And then I have this over here. This is the answer that will get heavy infantry. Where did it go? Where did it go? It disappeared. There it is. Slowly move it down. Keeps going up. I'll delete this and then I'll connect this instead. And now I'll just quickly make an enemy, a heavy infantry unit, because I don't have any at the moment. So if you like watching custom units being made, this is your lucky day. Good rifleman. I think the heavy infantry can have helmets, so I'll remove the hat. What would fit in? Yeah, good idea. Okay, I'm thinking what helmet would suit the heavy infantry. I don't think this would. Was supposed to be Napoleonic, so Greek helmet maybe. The Roman helmet would look nice, perhaps. Where do we go? Roman helmet. If I do this, does that look good? I think it looks okay. It'll do for now. Color it gray. It's already metallic, and since we're the purple guys, I want it to be a bit of a brighter purple, so something like this. And then I'll give him a World War II helmet. Right, go. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. I'll just make it a bit more metallic. 60 and 0, and I'll use a darker grey. World War II helmet, yeah. And let's see if Here's 5, like as a crest, does that look good? I'll color it magenta first. Does that look good for a helmet? I think it looks alright. I think it fits. I'll keep it for now. Now I'll change and the mohawk head. Yeah, I added that. Modern shirt, because that will be easier to use armor with. Color it purple. And then conquistador chest plates maybe. Or the World War II armor looks pretty good. I'll use the World War II armor. And I'll make it more metallic so that it feels a bit more Napoleonic. I mean, not really, but I'm just spouting nonsense here basically. Let's color it purple, grey. No, let's do that as brown. And this as a metallic grey. So I'll have to do this to 60 and this to 0. Yeah. And let's take his gun away for a minute so that we can see him a bit better. I think that looks good. Alright, and maybe we can do the rubber boots. I think that might work. Yeah, I think we'll do rubber boots colored black. Alright. And now for his gun. Should we give the should we just keep the Mosin for the heavy infantry? I think that will work. The Mosin, the MN. I think that will work. Since he's heavy infantry, I'll give him 300 health. Make sure to set his range to, what was it, 120. And then here, heavy infantry with MN, 300 health and 120 range. I'll save him. Good H infantry. Now let's just write heavy. Good heavy infantry. Alright. You know what, why don't we have one of these guys as a guard for Mr. Want Tobias over here? We can just be looking at the table a bit. Let's make him elite. Let's give him a mustache to separate him a bit. Or a beard. Let's give him a beard. A brownish beard. And there we have another character. And maybe we can have him have some dialogue. Alright. Now, I'll script in the heavy infantry. Actually, what I can do is I can just copy these guys and just change the units in there. Because it won't matter if the heavy infantry are coming from the same place as normal infantry, because more than likely the player is not going to see that. Also add the... Yeah, this is just the first officer. There's going to be like a communications officer, a defense guy, those kind of things. I'll just connect the crew variable to all of this. And I'll edit them all to be heavy infantry. Heavy infantry A. Heavy infantry, and let's give this guy an eye patch. Because these heavy infantry, they fight a lot more than the regulars. They're more experienced, so they're more likely to get a bit bloodied up. Let's make the eye patch white. That stands out with the metallic tones. Heavy infantry. This guy can have a mustache, which is white. No, that look, which is black. And then this last guy can just be normal. Alright. Let me just test if all of these work once. And then we can get to adding cooldowns to this, so that the player can't just keep spamming infantry, because that will just be stupid basically. Officer Want Tobias, I need to have a chat. Yes, I need things. I want heavy infantry to smite the enemy. I also want cavalry, and I also want the regular infantry. I want musketmen. So you can see the cavalry have arrived there. If I go in here, I should see, yeah, I can see both the heavy infantry and the regulars. So this is working alright, and now I can start adding the cooldowns. Also, if you're wondering what that officer is doing, basically he has a field around him in which he heals units. So he's patrolling to make sure all the pre-placed defenders don't die too easily, all these guys. I might have to add some variation to these guys, but that can come later. Let's make 3 variables. Heavy infantry cooldown. And let's set it to a bool. Infantry cooldown, and make it a bool. Maybe add a tent and put the spawn there. Yeah, I just have the player here temporarily because there's no other way up there at the moment, and I need to be able to test with Mr. Want Tobias. And then cavalry cooldown. By the way, Amazed, is my audio fine? Because I was having some trouble last time, and I think I fixed it, but could you please confirm? Alright, so let's start with the heavy infantry guys. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, fine. Thank you. Let's delete all these because we can't just have them spawning in willy-nilly. Delete. Let's do one. Get HI cooldown. Let's have it down here to conserve space. If this is false, because I believe it is false by default. All of these guys will spawn in. And then set hi cooldown, and then I will set it to true so that they cannot just do it immediately. Then I'll have a delay of, I think, I don't know how long I want this map to be, but I think for now I'll keep it as 15 seconds and I can change it later on. Float 15. Looks like someone else has joined the stream, so hello to whoever that is. And then after 15 seconds I will set the cooldown back to false, so that after 15 seconds the player should be able to false. Alright, just give me a second here. Alright, I'm back. So that's the heavy infantry cooldown. And if you try to spam, I'll have a quick info go off, which basically says something like, "Oh, no heavy infantry units are available. They're all already out fighting, you idiot." Something like that. Thank you. Color equals to, let's do purple. Size equals to 20. Bold. Officer Otto, let's call him Otto because we're friends with him. / color. No heavy infantry units available. Alright, so that's that. Yeah, I can copy this, I think. And if I go up, so annoying to play Ancient Warfare 3 without a mouse. There are only 3 cavalrymen right here, so it should be easier to move them around. So yeah, we can move that float node back into place later. Okay, move this like this. Move this guy back to his place, move this guy back to his place. Move this guy a bit down. Then delete all these. And Control V. If true, get. But we want the cavalry cooldown. Cavalry. So get cavalry cooldown. Yes. If true, get cavalry cooldown. And if the cavalry cooldown is false, as in there is no cooldown active. So if it is false, we will have the unit spawn in, and if it is true, and if their cooldown is active, we'll have Mr. Tobias say, "Oh no, there aren't any cavalry available, this is so sad, blah blah blah." Okay, so I can just change heavy infantry cavalry in this situation. Delete cavalry. Alright, and then we can copy this, the cooldown thing down, the actual cooldown itself. Control C and Control V. We want the cavalry cooldown to be set to true, not the heavy infantry cooldown. So we set this, and then the cavalry, I don't think they'll be particularly effective, so we'll have them be on a more spammable unit than the heavy infantry, so we can have it be 10, let's say, and we can have the regular infantry, because they'll probably be the worst of the bunch, we can have them have only a 7-second cooldown. We want this to be cavalry cooldown. To false, so I want it to be off. So let's just test out these two, and if they work, I'll add it to the regular infantry one as well. Would you guys want voice acting in this map, or would you not care either way? Because I don't intend to add voice acting at this point, but it certainly wouldn't be hard to add. So what guys, I want cavalry, and then if I do it immediately afterwards again, no cavalry units available. Okay, that's good. And now heavy infantry. Yes. And then if I do it again, no heavy unit. Okay, that's working. That's very good. Let me check to make sure only one group of heavy infantry have spawned. Oh my god, you pushed me out the door. That's so rude. The officer should be walking along here. Yes. Good man, good man. Alright, so this is working. I'll add it to the regular infantry as well now. Just give me a second, I'll have a sip of water. You'll probably hear it in excruciating detail. It's up to you. Oh, the voice acting. Okay, I don't think I'll add it for this map because I'm doing it for my campaigns. And this is just a little thing I'm working on for a stream to kind of build up my presence in the Ancient Warfare 3 community a bit. So yeah, I don't think I'll add it. Okay, so I'll add the cooldown for the infantry now. Go up here and select all these guys. Yep. Try that again. Move them all the way over here. No, it only takes up that much space. Alright. And then these guys are a lot more spread out, so it's easier to select and delete them. Get infantry cooldown. And I'll just copy this. If blah 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 blah. Tobias says something. Control C, then Control V it over here. Then if the infantry cooldown is true, he'll say. And in this I just have to remove the word heavy. No, oh my god, I copied it from the cavalry. No infantry units available. And if it is false, we'll have these young chaps spawn in. These daring doers, facers of destinies, defenders of the nation. Oh my god, it's going everywhere. My god. Bloody connect. Alright, so I'll just test and make sure that works, and then we can start with, I think the grenadiers we can have it be more of a specialized thing. Like grenadiers, we can have more specialized battalions. Like as I was mentioning last stream, the Black Caps, I'll have them be a more sniper focused division. I want musketmen, and then I want even more musketmen, but I cannot have them. It didn't work. I probably forgot to connect something. Are there two groups? Yeah, there are two groups. Okay, that didn't work out. Okay. So I forgot to connect something very lightly. What is it that I forgot to connect? Oh, I forgot to do the cooldown thing. Alright, that's a fairly simple thing. My god, connected. So we need infantry cooldown for this. Set infantry cooldown to on. Then do a delay. And since it's infantry, we'll have it be 7.5, which is half the length of the heavy infantry. I don't need to lead the board. Elite. Infantry. False. Okay, so that's Mr. Otto Want Tobias, and you can just add a bit of detail for this guy. Any ideas on what to call him? He's just a Easter egg guy basically for people who want to talk with everyone. Maybe you can give a hint or something like, oh, you should really talk to Mr. Want Tobias over here. He's a really nice guy, something like that. I'll add that dialogue then. You should probably speak to Officer Otto. He can help defend the fort a lot. Will do. Then connect this and that's it. We don't need to have something very complicated for this guy. Okay, so while Amaze is thinking of a name, I'll just add some variation to these default guys. Amateur. What an utter amateur. The balaclavas don't fit here. The bandanas work, I think. Let's have brownish bandana. Alright. So we'll have one be a default guy. Walter Gunter. Alright. Walter Gunter it is. Let's give him beard 6. I like beard 6 a lot. Give him this sort of orangey brown color. Do I already have something like that? I think I do. Yeah, seen that red tone, I think. And let's give him glasses. Yeah, alright. Now let me quickly name Walter Gunter to that. And since he's guarding a officer, maybe we should give him white, because all the commanders are wearing white. So it would make sense that he wears something to mark himself as, oh look, I am defending the officer, I'm very cool. Let's give him a white thing, and we can make his the belt on his armor also white. That's this. And he doesn't need a backpack. Did I name him Walter Gunter? Alright. So, I have one more unit to add variation to. Let's get Melvin over here. And for one, let's remove his bag. Then let's remove his cap. Let's give him a helmet. World War. Yeah, because the World War 1 helmet looks a bit like cap anyway. So I don't think anyone will mind if I use it. 20. I believe that's the thing used by clothes. Make it this color. And any other variation? A cigar? Yeah, let's give him a cigar. No, let's not. Alright, so we have this wall. Should we have someone here? I don't think we need someone here. We need someone here. My goodness. So it's coming along well, I think. More detail here, we can do that later. Alright. And now, let's add another commander you can speak with. But he should be somewhere else, somewhere different that separates him from Otto Want Tobias, I believe his name was. So let's add a little table here. Let's give him a fancy table. Then let's grab a custom unit. Officer, let's add a beret and make it white. Make this fully black. And let's give this guy a big beard. A big blonde beard. And since he's a strategist, we don't want him to die, so let's give him 5000 health. Let's give him 3 range because we don't want him charging off. And retard, idle, expert. This can be. Who can this be? What is your job, Mr. Officer? Whatever. Officer. He can be the communications officer. And then next stream maybe I can start working on the watchtowers. It will basically be his thing. So, officer. What do you need, General? And since his mechanics haven't been decided yet, we won't add any answers yet. Wilson, alright. Communications Officer Wilson. And then we're going for a steampunk type thing. So I think having some kind of radio might not be amiss, but first let me add some maps. Wilson Anderson. I think Wilson is nice on its own. Because already has the communications in his name, so I think his name would become a bit too long if I add the Anderson. But we can have that be a lore fact that his true name is Wilson Anderson. See, you can see old Toby's desk over here. And if he's communications, he'll need a radio. So let's give him a radio. Oh my god, that is gigantic. Something else maybe. What can I use? Let's scroll through here. Safes usually work. We can make a custom looking radio. So if we add a safe like this, this can be the base of the radio. Let's lock it to make sure no one uses it. Then a sack. No, not a sack. Let's look at some alarm, because the alarms look a lot like speakers, so we can have this be the speaker. What can be the mic? I don't think there's any good mic like objects in this game, which is a shame. This game could really use a lot of smaller detail objects, but with the new what's it called, the modding coming to the game, I think that will be much easier to do now. If he's communications, he'll probably read books, so let's add some books near him. Some here, some on top of his safe. Oh, that won't work. Here, and looking for anything mic like. The candle work. No, I think that will not look that good. Chandelier, concrete bag. Oh, glow stick might work. Let's use a purple glow stick since that's the color they're using. And we can have the mic be kind of discarded because he's not currently talking to anyone. The glow sticks are really nice. I don't know if they're used that much by the community. Off. And we can have a wire connecting to this. We want 0 weight and very thin, so 0.01. And I think that's good for now. We can add more detail when we next stream when we do the communications towers. So now I'm not sure what we can add. How about this? Should we work on units a bit? Should we work on the enemy units? Because we don't have any right now. I think we can do that. Create unit. No, we don't need any of these. Let's start off with the shirt. Maybe a World War One or World War Two shirt. That might work. I like the World War One shirt a little more. Okay. Just it's not as flaring at the bottom as the. We can't have the enemies be magenta. So how about we give them a more browny tone, a more earthen, more camouflage. Like maybe they're better at blending in with the ground and all that. So if that is true, we need to give them an olive green complement color. Or we can have olive green be the main thing and brown be the complement. I think that's good. World War One pants. We can have these be brown. A dark brown, I think. Let's give them the socks, the legs with socks, because I think that looks really nice. Can give them white. No, let's give them brownish socks. Let's use one of the. Let's use this. That's fine, I think. The sock should not be shining, so it should not be metallic at all. And then if we give him the shoes, and we give him very dark brown shoes. Highlight this color. Then we've got the basic thing. Oh, we should probably switch it to red so that we can get a better idea. Yeah, so that's looking good, I think. But now, do we want to give him a hat or a helmet? I think a hat would be better. No, not the cafe. The Santa hat maybe. Or just a straight up shako. Or Ushanka. Am I pronouncing that right? Ushanka. Usanka. The Wild West hat's a bit high for my liking. Let's give him a Civil War cap. And we can color it a yellowy. And we can color the front bit black. And for these guys, we'll give them an Lee Enfield, I believe it's called. LE3. Yeah, that looks enough like a musket. Good enough. I don't think we need any. Let's give him bayonet. I don't think we need any other attachments. Let's go with default. Musket man with LE3, 110 health and 120 range. Looks like 3 people are in chat, so good to see you. I hope you're enjoying yourselves, because I am. Liam is now playing Ancient Warfare 3. My god. Bad musket, man. And then we can make an officer variant. Just give me a second, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Give me a second, I'll just attach the mic to my collar. So these enemies are slightly more technologically advanced. I don't know, maybe. I just picked World War One rifles because I thought they would fit. I thought they looked like muskets, so it's not particularly anything. So this guy is going to be the officer. So we gave the good guys the R1850, 1875. So we need to give these guys, no, not ranged, something of a similar caliber, Wild West. Just a C. I think we can give them the C18. I don't know what any of these guns are historically or anything. I'm just picking on what looks good. Uh, let's give the officer a helmet. So we'll remove his cap. Give him a conquistador helmet. Is that? No, the Chinese helmet looks a bit better. Just a bit. 60. 0. It's yellow. Yeah, it looks bronze, like metallic type. I like that. And since they're the officers, wait, how does the green? No, the green doesn't fit. Maybe this one. Okay. The officers will have 500 health, but less range. 500, 80, 80. Officer with C18. I don't remember what it was. 875 or something. C1875, 500 health and 80 range. Let me just check. We have good cavalry, good heavy infantry, good officer, good rifleman. So we'll also need bad cavalry and bad heavy infantry. So this will be the bad officer. I'm very sorry, but I have to go for just a second once more. Alright, I'm back. So now what we'll be working on is the bad cavalry. So the cavalry will have to have sabers, and I don't think we need to give them different sabers, so we'll just give them the Civil War saber. That's good. The cavalry, we'll have to give the cavalry a different color of the helmet. Maybe a lighter toned helmet. Or no, the black doesn't look good. What are the colors these guys have so far? A brownish? How will white look? No, white's not looking good at all. This is looking too similar to their skin tone. I pick something very dark green. I think this works, and then we can add the Chinese helmet top. So after we finish this cavalry guy and the heavy infantry, I'll be ending the stream because I believe Tombinder will be streaming soon, and I don't want to really intrude on his thing because I'm not competing with him or something like that. Let's give him a white thing. Horse. Let's give him a modern shirt because it's easier to put armor on. Make it brown. What brown is this? Okay, and let's give him the Conquistador chest plate. Make it a darker grey. Metal. I just temporarily save this, and then I'm bad cavalry. I just need to quickly check what stats the good cavalry had. Not that bad. 500. Okay. No, not save. 500. Okay. Bad cavalry. And now we need the bad heavy infantry, and then we'll be done for the stream. The heavy infantry will have helmets, so I'll just get rid of the cap and a World War helmet. No, that'll look too similar to these guys. Let's give them a no, but then that's becoming a bit overused then. What can I use? Should I use the SWAT helmet? That looks pretty good. And I can also add the mohawk as the hair 6, I should say. as a crest. I think they're called crests. The plumes basically. It's hair 5, is it? Ew, no, that won't work. It's fine, we can just have the SWAT helmet. And then we need to have a modern shirt. Make it green. What did I give it? World War II armor. And then make it a bit more metallic to make it look more metal rather than whatever Kevlar or whatever we use nowadays. Let's make it black and green, but a slightly more metallic green, so it looks like it's painted over metal. I don't know if this makes sense what I'm saying. 300. Heavy infantry with LE3. We have 300 health and 120 range. Just a second, I want to check how long the stream's been going. 50 minutes or so. Alright, so I'll be wrapping up soon. 100. Bad heavy infantry. And now for the final bits of the stream, I'll just implement some minor details which people recommended. For example, last stream, Amazed You only, I believe, recommended adding some passive units taking cover. So I think I can add one guy behind the stables for one. And I'm thinking I can also add a mechanic that if you talk with them and you basically say get to the front lines for your nation or whatever, you basically infuse patriotism into their blood, they'll go get up and start fighting. So first, let's give him a bandana, a more ragged one to show that he's been through a lot, poor guy. Change into a passive. Cannot flee, is not hostile, because the enemies are enemies, but they're not bad people. I don't have any animations here. Okay, select pose and I'll make it kneeling. You'll have him be distressed and shaking his head constantly. Where is Argo? Oh my god, no wonder he's distressed. Alright. Get it back in line. Right. Is it right? Left arm. It's always the left arm that gives you trouble. Poor guy's panicking. Do this. Do this. PTSD, yeah. He's probably from one of the previous battles. He's managed to retreat here and he's not wanting to join again, which is understandable. I don't blame him. 0.2. And then we want him to be breathing. We don't want him to be a corpse or something. We want him to move his chest very slightly, and we also want him to move his head a bit. He's shaking his head. Oh my god, no. His head, not his entire body. Move his arm up a bit. Move this forearm a bit back. And then a simple 3-frame animation should do. We don't need anything extremely complicated. And that looks good, I think. Does it? Oh no, I deleted it. I bloody deleted it. Bandana 3. What was it? Grey. No, it was brown, wasn't it? Right. I'm never going to have to do that all over again, but that's fine. It's not too much effort. What was he doing? He was kneeling. He was bent over slightly. He was looking down in distress. This, this, and then move his arm up to be holding his temples. Temples, I think that's what they are. Yes, I'm sorry, amazed. What are you saying yes to? I think I've forgotten because I believe there's some kind of delay. So I might have forgotten what you're referring to. Let me quickly save this in case I lose it again. PTSD. That's to 0.2. And then I want him to breathe in slightly. Shake his head. Lay his head. Move his arm up. Move this arm back because it'll look like he's crying, and I don't think he's crying. He's just very distressed. It's actually really sad. I feel bad doing this. It's for the good of the country. For the good of the company. We'll hang him over here by the cavalry. Let's put his Mosin on the ground for him. You don't remember what you said yes to. I think there's a 20-second delay. I might have to see if I can fix that. Let's add a few more PTSD. You know what, I think one is enough for today. I don't think there's much else I should be doing right now. So I think I'll end the stream over here. This has been fun. We got a lot done. We finished Mr. Want Tobias. We added some PTSD guys. We added some variation to these basic defenders. Nothing doesn't look outwardly changed that much, but we actually accomplished quite a lot. So I'll just quickly save this once and just say this has been a really good stream. I've really enjoyed it, and I think I'll be able to stream again on Tuesday at around 10:30 AM EST. So I hope I'll be able to do that, but I can't be sure. I'll inform you on the Discord server. So now, this has been great, but I'll be closing now, and I might or might not see you again. Goodbye.